Reading is one of the common habit in every successful people. Hey everyone, I am Mohit Sharma and you probably heard this quote, reading is essential for those who seek to rise above the ordinary. This is a famous quote of Jim Rohn and today we'll be talking about how to read a book effectively, how successful people read books, what should you do after reading a book, and the most important, what are the mistakes that you should avoid in reading books. So we will covering the whole thing in this video. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Now let's talk about how to read a book effectively. Most of the people reading books in the wrong way. They are reading books cover to cover. So don't try to read books cover to cover. Most of the non-fiction or self-help books talks about the similar things. So you can easily skip that part which is not going to add any type of value in your life. For example, you are already familiar with the term of liabilities and asset, and the book that you are reading right now talks about the same thing. So you must try to skip that part. But a lot of books worth to read it again, even twice or thrice. So here's come the second point, and the second point is reread that book which influence you a lot. Reread that book which affect you a lot in a positive way. For example, if you read a book and that book changes your way of thinking, or that book pushes you to take more action, then it's worth to reread that book again. And try to read these types of book once in your own native language so that you can understand the same book in a better way. Third point is don't take notes instantly. Most of the people start taking notes after just reading a thoughtful quote or a thoughtful line. Studies show that if you are start taking notes while reading, then you are disturbing your concentration. You are not able to understand that topic, and the most important, you are breaking your flow of reading. So the best time of taking notes is after completing the whole chapter or the whole book. It actually forces your mind to remember what you read. Fourth step is you read, think, write method. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this method, but this is a note taking method. In this method, you are reading a topic or a couple of paragraphs, then close the book, think about it, and write whatever you are thinking. Write whatever you are remember. It helps you to remember the book for a long time, and this is how you will understand the whole book. Fifth step is revise your notes regularly. According to some studies, you can only retain 10% of what you read. So if you want to remember something for a long term, then you must try to revise your notes like this. First, immediate revision. Revise your notes just after finishing a book. Second, after one day of reading. Third, after 1 week of reading. Fourth, after 1 month of reading. And repeat this whole cycle after 1 month. If you don't have enough time to revise your notes, then you can use your free time. Whenever you have free time, then you can easily revise your notes. So this is the part 1. Now let's talk about part 2. What should you do after reading a book? This is the most important thing you can do after reading a book, because a lot of people don't know what should they do after reading a book. First of all, write a summary of a book. Write a summary of a book in your own words. Write about what you learned from that book. Write about what are you thinking. Write what's author talking about, because this simple exercise helps you to remember the book. Second, write down one lesson you want to execute from that book. After reading a non-fiction or self-help books, there will be a lot of lesson, there will be a lot of things that you want to execute in your life. But here I suggest you to don't focus on the other lessons. Just focus on one lesson that impacted you the most and write down one thing that you would like to change. Because when you decide to take action on one thing, then it will become a lot easier to observe the change and measure your progress. Third, take action on that one lesson. There is no benefit of reading a non-fiction or a self-help books if you are not taking action. So pick a non-fiction book only if you are ready to take actions. Now it's time to execute that one lesson in your life. So it takes around 21 days to build a habit. If you will execute that one lesson for next 21 days, then it will become your habit and you are all set to rock now. So this is the part 2. Now let's talk about the part 3. What are the mistakes that you should avoid in reading books? So first mistake is don't take reading seriously. Instead, adopt this habit as a hobby. Second, don't force yourself to read the whole book. Third, don't focus on the number of books you read. Fourth, stop reading when you feel boring or uninterested and start another one. Fifth, try to read in a consistent manner. Sixth, don't assume that the book is 100% accurate. A lot of people do this, but understand this thing. Whatever you are reading, this is just the thought of an author. This is just a mindset of a person. So don't believe everything you read. That's it for today's video. If you find this video helpful, then like this video, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram as well as Twitter. And if you like my video, then watch my previous video on how to set goals and the importance of setting goals in life. And I'll see you in the next one.